Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. It is another great episode. We need nighttime show, baby, because I'm in my robe. All right, listen, this robe, man, this robe, same type of robe that get the bills paid. But I don't know, bills ain't been paid yet. But maybe after tonight it will be. All right. So without further ado, y'all know this is called Kyndra's Corner. Kyndra's Corner is a podcast that is dedicated to random polling questions and interesting news of the week. And we have always, always great people to come on the podcast, show their comedic skills and everything. Before I bring them on, I just gotta let y'all know, ladies, please don't trip if he has chicks all over him. That's what flies do to a piece of crap. Okay? And let me tell you something else, man. That no texting back, no call back will get a car driven through your room. Try me if you want to. And I'm gonna say one more thing as well. I do not like unprofessional people. How are you out here arguing on your business page with your ops? Okay, this is your business page. What you doing all that arguing for? Without further ado, man. I guess all publicity is still good publicity. Let me bring out my player partner, my brother from another, the Himalayas, who I'm gonna go see come Tuesday because I got a dental appointment. I go every 3 months. Some of y'all ain't been in 3 years or ever. Wings on the plane. And you
Good, baby. Hello there. Yes, hello there, beautiful people. Hey, Kyndra.
How you doing today?
I am well. Thank you for inviting me. Yes, welcome to the Late Show, right?
Oh, the real late show, man. I said I didn't know if I was gonna cancel it or not. I said no, I need to show up. Let me go ahead and bring somebody. I was driving down the street today, and it smelled real funky. And I'm like, oh, I know why. Because KLG's mouth has been open, and you was contaminated the entire street. KLG, welcome. Thank you for closing your mouth this time.
Yeah, she
What's
was just
up, brother?
upset. What going on, Wings, man?
What's
She was
up,
just
brother?
upset. She was just upset because she didn't remove that booger that been on her nose for the past week. That's what she was smelling.
Man, okay. Well, listen, we ain't gonna hold too much longer and everything. Well, let me go ahead. KLG, you missed the memo. We spoke. What happened to your role, brother?
I'm in my tank top. That's what I sleep in.
I
Okay, that's
did
fine.
peep that out. The Late
That's
Show.
fine.
This will we be in after the show over, Kendra. When the cameras go off, this how nigga be for real.
Yeah, ain't
This
lying.
is the late night edition of the Kendra's Corner show. You might
Lord
talk
have
about
mercy. Well, let me
my
go
key
ahead.
forward.
Let me go ahead. Since both of y'all have been married, I'm not married yet, but let's start off with the first interesting news of the week. So, bride is furious after her mother-in-law donates her wedding dress weeks before wedding. She called it too revealing. KLG, what do you think about that?
She donated her wedding dress for what now?
Because she said it was too revealing.
If you ask me, she might have been jealous because she looked better in hers than what she did when she got married.
Come on
That
now.
would have seemed like to me.
Ooh,
Come on
that's
now.
a good point. I like that. I like that.
All right. Okay. Wings on the plane. What you think, brother?
I don't know. I like that KG, but I don't know why she would donate the girl dress before this why I be saying I don't know where you get this shit from, Kendra. Why the fuck would you donate that girl dress a week for the wedding? She must don't like the girl to marry her son. She must didn't want her to marry her son and sabotage the wedding. Cause why the fuck would you donate the dress she gonna wear like a week before the wedding? I don't get it. She didn't
You
like that
know,
bitch.
you know what? My only answer is whoop that trick, get them, whoop that trick. That's my only answer because it's too revealing. Why would you think that that'd be okay? Why would you think that that's okay? Don't let me ask y'all something. Because both of y'all, like I said, KG, you've been both of y'all been in relationships. How important is it for y'all to get along with y'all's mother-in-law, father-in-law, the parentals? How important is it? Would you say, Wings on the plane? You can go first.
I would say the immediate is important. The mom, the dad. I didn't have to experience the dad, but mom very important. Now the other in-laws, fuck them. I don't care. Y'all can eat shit. But the mama or the daddy, you definitely gotta be in. Now if you're a real player about it, if I ever meet a young lady with a father in their life, especially a strong presence, I'm gonna go to the dad first before I go and talk to the daughter. Kind of how we got off on the wrong foot. We'll leave that there. But that's my approach. If your daddy like me, I'm gonna be that nigga that your daddy don't mind me putting my soul pull on you. You hear me? So I'm gonna go with the in-laws first. I'm gonna make sure that I'm good with them. Now I started off like that in my last marriage, just went left in the middle of the shit. But I started off good. You know what? You got to do the
In the
environment of
middle.
dad. You got to be good.
And so they they representative left. That's what happened.
Yeah, they didn't like what their soul pool was doing to their family members, so they had to get me out the door. They
Right.
didn't like
What did it
that.
do? Did it raise your credit? Raise her credit score? Did it lower it? Because if it's lowering, then you need to retire that thing.
Nah, it made her do all that for me. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm just saying.
All right. KLG, your turn. Go ahead, brother.
I would have to agree, go with the in-laws first and whatnot and stuff. And I'm very blessed to say though that my in-laws and everybody on that side like me and stuff love me. So, you know, even to get my wife and stuff, I went to her father first and stuff and asked could I have her and stuff. He like if you've been with us for a while or whatnot and stuff, so if she's okay with it, I'm okay with it as well and stuff. And that right there added a whole lot of respect, like between the two. Also, children wise, you would definitely want to do that. I mean, because that way you would have that perfect circle of knowledge. Everybody's on one page and you can immerse the children into good well beings, good knowledge, and stuff like that right there. So I say it's extremely important.
I think it's very important. However, you did mention something about children, right? There are some kids who, because they do not want to have their new
Mm,
bonus parent, I don't like saying step, but bonus parent, they will purposely sabotage, right? And it's
Yes, they
like
will.
one of those things. Like, what do you do with that in that position? What would you do, Wings, if you have have an issue like that? If or what's the best advice you would give to somebody who is having an issue like that?
with that now that is a very tricky one because me myself as a person that doesn't have kids, I was in that predicament. You just gotta be patient with the child, bro. Cause at the end of the day, if you want the cow and the cow got a calf, you gonna have to take both of them motherfuckers. You hear me? So you can't want the mama and not the baby. And me personally, if you a mother that would neglect your baby to be with me, I don't even want to deal with you. You hear me? Because this person came out of you, so you should love that person. So I would never really be the person to cause friction with with the child. I would be the adult. I would if the child is a brat or a bad motherfucker, I would just deal with it if I love the parent that much. Now if I don't fuck with your mama like that, and you ain't worth the problem, then I'm getting the fuck out of both of y'all like. But if
Mm-hmm.
you worth it, I'll deal with it because I can say that even though my stepdaughter probably would not admit it, that I'm her favorite elevator dad, and I'm the reason that she chose to go to LSU out of all the universities she went to. I did have a fun time being a elevator dad when I was, but nah, I fuck
Was
them children. I ain't got no
you know
children.
what? That is funny. I was like, "What's an elevator? A step?" I
Yeah,
like
we,
that.
we don't do steps. We
I
don't do
like
steps.
it. Took me a moment.
We don't do steps.
What about you, KLG? Like any
I
advice for people? Like if you've been in that situation, if you know someone who's been in that situation, what would you say to so you can for the ones out there?
I mean, I've been in that situation and stuff. Both kids on both sides tried to sabotage, like everything with their little problems or whatnot and stuff. So what I'm gonna say this right here: if they're up in age and stuff, and if they can handle themselves on their own, separate yourself from them. Separate the whole marriage away from them and stuff. It's easy to do because they should be on their own. And if they ain't, kick them out. Anyway,
Yeah,
let them, let,
yeah. Them
you know.
adults, wait, them ain't kids.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying and stuff. Like, cause see, me and my wife, we met when both our kids are, like older and stuff like that, and each one tried to throw their own like little monkey wrench into it or whatnot and stuff. And basically, what how they try to play the two against each other and stuff. She ain't right, he ain't right, stuff like that right there and stuff. And what me and my wife had to do was we just had to be like, okay, fuck all them kids and live and do what we do, and that's exactly how to survive and stuff. But for the parents that's with the younger kids and whatnot stuff, this is where that last question come into play with right here. You must have the perfect circle around to make
Mm,
sure everything is on one accord. That way they can't run from the truth. They can't run from whatever and stuff. And that would teach them that you're not always gonna get your way, but sometimes if you go along with it, you still can get your way in a little bit, but not as you trying to do it. If you just ride along with everybody and stuff, take the knowledge that we give you, shut the hell up, everything will be fine.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. All right then.
I agree with that.
Well,
Fuck them kids, goddamn
I
shit.
will say this because, like I said, I'm at the place now where I will be with elevator parent.
I thought you were about to say you pregnant on the show. You about to be a mama. I'm about to say
No,
live
no, no.
on the show.
No, I'm gonna be an elevator parent to somebody. Uh, I'm pretty sure, and I'm okay. I'm around kids all the time. I'm like, I think this is just the calling, for now. But um, one of the things I think is always important. This is my advice, and this is what I do actively. Is I pray that there are going to be no issues. Prayer really is powerful, and people underestimate. If you have the faith, man, it can anything is possible. I mean, except if you
Exactly.
say that you want to be, a white woman and you're Indian or something. Then I don't know. That's kind of like no. But if you with other stuff that's realistic, I think it's important. I think it's real important if definitely to pray, like, and just pray beforehand while you're out there, in the process of dating or trying, dating. Just pray, be like, Father, please, like, whoever I'm with, allow their children not to like come in between us. I speak against any and all division, and if there is a problem at some point, show me what I should do, in this moment, right? Like, let me lean not on my own understanding. Let me, rely on yours and stuff like that. And so that's the best thing that I would say, But how important for me when it comes with parents, I think it's very important because when you marry that person, you're marrying their family as well. However, I know everybody's not gonna get along with everybody, And if they don't like me, baby, that I don't know what to tell you. Look, there's an old saying, and I've said this before. Listen, if you get to heaven and you don't see me there, you're in hell. That's all I gotta say. Let me go ahead and go with the second one, man. KLG, I'm gonna come to you first. So a couple was arrested for filing a fraud insurance claim for 6.6 million. That's a lot of money. I wish I had that in
Hold on,
my
say that
account.
again now.
Start over. A couple was arrested for filing a fraud insurance claim for 6.6 million. The wife claims her husband was unable to speak or walk after a car accident. However, during a traffic stop, an officer body cam showed him walking and talking normally before he ran away from the police.
What the fuck?
So, KLG, what are your thoughts on this?
Shit, I don't even know. I mean, okay, so they, okay, so they filed a $6.1 million lawsuit, claiming the wife claiming that the husband can't speak, walk, or pretty much
After a car
quadriplegic,
accident.
correct?
After a car accident, yeah, correct.
Okay, where and how the police catch up with them?
They body cam show that man jogging, frolicking in the wind, and talking.
And so the police came and got them after they seen the body cam.
Yeah, he ran away, but they got caught. Don't know where they got caught.
Hold on, I'm trying to figure out the order of it because the order doesn't sound right. Okay, so
So hold on, wait. First, the wife decides. First, they decide we're gonna sit here and get over on the government. He says,
okay,
"Okay, cool. How we gonna do that? Let's get into a car accident, or probably during a car accident." She says, "Hey, it's our time to shine, right?" So now she said, "Let's go ahead and file a $6.6 million lawsuit, but you got to play this part of not speaking and not walking." And then he forgot all about his big moment, and then he messed it up for both of them.
okay, they got caught. Um, that's what I'm saying. See, so who caught them?
The officer
Still,
body cam. The officer's body cam showed
okay. How did the officer get with them though? See, that's the space I'm missing.
it. We don't know. God just showed it the way. But what I'm saying is, what would you? We don't know. What would you say to that?
First of all, who wrote the story? They need to start drinking. Second of all,
That's the headline. It's the headline. Okay.
whoever wrote the headline needs to stop drinking. It ain't for you, my dude or my girl. Number two, I don't know because it doesn't make any sense to me. It's the whole thing is ludicrous, and I don't know. Maybe I give a better answer after seeing how Wings on the plane handle it. Wings, take it
Okay.
away.
Go ahead, Wings.
I say lock that nigga ass up. You need to go to jail, boy, because what you're doing is fucking up the system for people like me. Cause bitch, I'm right now fighting the case to get my disability, and I'm really handicapped. I just make it look good. And here come your bitch ass lying and getting the money and making it hard for people like me that really crippled, trying to get the money, and I can't get the money because of you and your regular ass wife that's scamming and defrauding the federal government. I have a problem with that, sir. If I knew your name, I would tell the police on your bitch ass and your wife because that is not legal and you fucking it up for me because I really want to get the money. Bitch, I ain't talking about no millions. I'm talking about a couple of $1,000 a month, bitch. And they don't want to give me that because of people like you, sir, and your motherfucking spouse or whoever this young lady is. So you deserve to go to jail. And imitating a disabled person, you should be ashamed of yourself, sir. I am a disabled person. I make that shit look good, but I am no less disabled, motherfucker. I am very, very angry at this person and whoever the people that were helping them and rooting for them. You should be struck down by God Himself and smited from the face of the earth, you fuck motherfuckers.
I
All
agree.
right. KLG, you heard Wings. What's your answer?
I think I'm gonna let Wings have that one right there. He said it all.
So let me ask y'all. Let me tell earlier today, I was at one of my homeboys' house, right? And so we were talking about scamming. He says what he doesn't understand is how is it that you go to the bank. He says the government scams us every day. We know this. We get screwed every day by the government. But they have a problem when we take or do those bank check frauds and stuff, and we get in trouble. He says y'all have the money, you can replace it back. And I said, well, I think it could be maybe there is a certain amount of money that they're just running out, and they're having it's a cap on the thing. I don't know why, because they do have I feel like the bank has unlimited money. Why? What's wrong with them just giving it to us, right? Do y'all have an answer for that? Like, do y'all know why? That's like
Well, the
something on.
reason why the bank doesn't give us the money like that is because they're too busy making money off the money you put in there and stuff. They'll triple their funds and stuff like that. They'll give you a penny off the percentage and stuff. So therefore, why would they give us all the money? If they gave us all the money, there won't be no such thing as a bank. So that's how
But
they go right there.
but that doesn't make any sense to me. But hold on, is it stealing if we decide to take extra money that we need because we can't afford to live the way? Like, for example, it used to be a time you had to have 3 times a monthly rent. But how can they sit here and lock us up for doing fraud if they know that the average American does not have 3 times a monthly rent? Why can't we go and do check scams?
Because it's against the law, number
But who
one,
made it against the law?
and stuff. I mean,
Thank you for
people.
that one, KG. That's the most obvious answer right there. Thank you.
Yeah,
No.
for real.
Who made it against the law? Who made it against the law? Answer that. Who made it? Why would they? The better question is, why would they make it against the law? They have enough money to cover all this.
But see, check this out though. The reason why you just can't go out scamming was for my first answer, and the second answer and stuff is that you would break the world's economy if all the banks would do that and stuff. The dollar bill would mean nothing and stuff. You won't be able to pay for anything, and nobody will be able to pay for anything. Resources will run out, and
That's what
it'll pretty much be
that's what the white man wants to tell you. Stop listening to the white
no,
man. You
no.
listen.
That is the
You
truth
watch
right there
Fox News,
because
don't you?
no, I do not. I don't watch no
Okay.
news. I watch my news. The thing about it is that you seriously, if everybody would have a whole bunch of money like that, the world's economy would go to shit because they
I
won't
agree.
find. So
So
therefore, I mean,
wait, I got a question. Hold on, I'm raising my hand. I got a question. Y'all both familiar with Mansa Musa?
of
Mhm.
course, he's the richest black man ever lived.
So let me ask you: if he was just handing out money, he just kept handing out money to probably everybody.
But see, undoubtedly, you didn't read the whole story to that. It was
I
so
didn't.
much gold. It was so much gold in the city that he built or whatnot. Gold meant nothing
So how did he
because he
become the
made
richest?
sure
How did he become the
he
richest
made
one then?
sure because he had all the gold. But the thing about it, he made sure that his citizens of his city
Mm.
also had a lot of gold as well and stuff. They was also taken care of. But the economy also went to shit because everybody was rich. When everybody is rich, no products or anything, resources that people need would ever get made or whatnot. Because all everybody want to do is sit there on their ass sit on the gold toilet bowls and all that stuff right there. I mean, doo-doo and that gold turds. I mean, come on. I mean, shoot, you. the, trust me, it seems like it would be a good thing, but it won't. But the thing about it is, right now, America is suffering, man, and my heart goes out to all the military folks that's not getting paid right now, that are forced to
Yeah,
work
those government
anyway
people.
and
Yeah.
stuff. So and the thing about it is, I mean, I hate to sound like Uncle Ruck, and I know I'm sounding like Uncle Ruckus right now to a lot of y'all, but if you do your research, that can't happen.
That's real. I totally agree. I totally agree with that.
And there's nothing wrong. Well, thank you for answering the question because I was about to go hit a lick. April Fools. All right, so let's get into these
You ain't
random
lying. Your
polls.
ass finna go Ross. You look like you finna go steal somebody's hood caps right now.
Nah, she thirst trapping on Instagram. That's what she doing. That's her hitting the lick. She gonna hit niggas hitting that cash out. That's what she doing.
Well, let me answer this real quick before I go to number one random polls. Well, I agree with Wings, man. But my thing is that you forget to play your part. Like if you guys gonna do something, you can't. You gotta remember. You gonna be in thievery. You gotta remember from beginning to end. People like that. Those couples who do that, they deserve it. Each other. Number one, Wings in the plane. What is the lamest thing as a man that you've done to try to get laid?
Can't even lie. I can't even lie. Now I was thinking about that question right there. I don't know, brother. Cause I ain't gonna lie. I ain't trying to be super fly and all that shit. I can't think of time when I went out sad about no pussy. Now the one thing I can say I probably did that was lame to me, not looking at hindsight, is let a female believe that I was a doctor, and when I'm really like a dental assistant. So I didn't say I was a doctor. She assumed I was a doctor. And I let her go under those pretenses. So she had sex with me under those pretenses. So looking back, I'm like, yeah, that was lame. Cause you know damn well you ain't no doctor. You don't make no money like a doctor.
How did
But the
how did how
assumption,
did that conversation even get brought up?
well, I work in dentistry. So I met her at the facility, but it just so happened she was leaving, and I met her as a patient. So she just assumed I was the doctor because I'm the only guy in most offices I work at. So that's where that came into play. Had my name tag not say dental assistant, you probably thought I was the doctor if you came in the office. I'm just saying.
You're funny. I didn't know what you did. I just thought you ran everything because you started with the imaging, then you did this, and you did. I was like, what the heck does he do? I
I'm
still
the concierge. I'm your
listen.
concierge.
I don't even know what you do. You like Tommy from Martin, man. All right, so let's
Oh, shit, oh, shit, oh, somebody's goddamn door. Who the fuck is that in my door?
what KLG. what is your what is your answer?
Probably that time I made a girl feel guilty for not giving me no pussy.
Oh, do tell. Please do tell.
Well, the thing about it was and stuff. I talked about this earlier and stuff like that, and I don't think I made her feel guilty about it when that stuff. The females sometimes they just be hanging around and stuff like that. Um, it was one I was talking to, and she used to. We get close to doing something, but it just won't never happen and stuff. Get the rubbing on the leg, and she be like, "Stop." I'd be like, "Okay." And she be like, and it seemed like that's all I went over the house to, just to rub on the leg. So she just be like,
Yeah, she got at that point you got to go. If you doing that,
yeah. So that's
you
what I
got to
did.
go.
So that's what I did. I started messing around with somebody else, and then all of a sudden she started popping up in the places that we just so happened to be in. I'm sitting up there like, what the hell? And then she got upset and stuff, talking about stuff. I thought we was gonna have something going on. I'm like, no, because you wouldn't give me no booty. That's
Oh
the
my
sort of thing
god.
about it. I sat there and told her, man, it seems like all I'm doing is coming over your house to rub your leg and stuff. My balls are blue. I'm
Oh
blue
my
that.
god. She got to
My
go. Yeah,
ball,
you got
my
to go.
balls are dip blue and stuff like that. There. And the thing about it was and stuff, she ran up on me when I was with another female that was finna unblue my balls and stuff. And so the thing about it was, so I had to tell her about herself. And then after the old girl got upset and left me and stuff, I was like, well, shoot, it looks like I'm asked out for that night. Because she got mad and left too. Well, later on, I got a page.
Niggas, you got to go, man. Nah, bro.
Mhm.
They got to go. You play a game like that, you got to go, man. You got to go.
Yeah, stuff. So I feel like that was lame. I should just say, hey, man, look. you ain't for me, man. So I'm just gonna, go on about my business. I had to do that there. I think what makes matters worse is that I actually went over and got it after she told me to come over to get it because I left immediately after I got it.
But see, we live and we learn, player. Like, that's how you become a player, baby. You gotta get played a couple of times. We gotta do some playing.
Hmm.
That's
Exactly.
funny. Well, I can say that the lamest thing that a man's ever done to try to get laid off me. I mean, I had one guy. I haven't had like the person just pull out all the flowers or stops or anything, but I had one guy who said, "Listen, how about this? It let's give each other head. You go first, and if it's good enough, then I'll return the favor." And I said, "What?"
Huh? He smooth. He smooth. That nigga
if
smooth like Billy D. Williams.
I was like, he
if you
he
would have
said that.
failed for that, if you
I
would
didn't
have
fall
failed for
for it.
that,
I didn't fall for it. I was like,
I finna
I never,
say
I didn't speak
you
to him ever again.
you
That
would be
was
Wow.
known to me as a bubblehead if you would have failed for that one.
That's crazy. If that's the case, he should have just offered to eat your pussy and let you return the favor to him. If he won't be play about it. I mean, bruh.
Yeah, for
You
real.
always offer with a gift. I'll give you the gift of fellatio, hoping in return you give it back to me.
mm,
Exactly. That's the risk we take.
He crazy, man. That nigga wild. But he smooth over. That's some shit. You do me, I'ma do you. You
But
um
do me
but
straight,
here's
I'ma
the
do you.
thing. I ain't never been in that predicament right there because see, if pretty much if I'm like I ain't go down on too many women and stuff like that there. But when it got to that point and stuff like that, if you know a woman's spots and whatnot, you won't have to worry about getting anything returned. It's gonna be handed to you.
But that's the thing, and I don't understand. And this is why I say this goes back to the conversation we had a couple of weeks ago. As kids in New Orleans, we learned earlier. I started eating vagina at 17, and when I started, I fell in love with it. Now all the OGs do like, I don't eat no pussy. I come up in that era, nigga, like I
Yeah,
don't eat
damn
no
right.
pussy. I don't eat no pussy. My teenage girlfriend, my first love. One night we got out of the shower and we wanted to experiment. She said, "Baby, if you do me, I'm gonna do you." And then I got damn it, I didn't know what I was doing, but she taught me. And when I started, I took the first lick of vagina, and I was like, "Damn, this ain't so bad." And I fell in love with it. So me, I'm like, well, fuck, I don't mind if the young lady is clean and her person is balanced pH wise. Yeah, I don't mind. And if you do it to me, that's cool. You're gonna have to work, but you can do it if you want to. I don't mind. That's why I say if you a hydrated young man, the pussy come to you, bro. Don't be thirsty, bro. Don't fall for the thirst trap, bro. Be disciplined with your soul pole, brother. They want it more when you do that, dog. Tease the bitch like you tease you.
child, it's I have. That's the only thing I can say. I mean, besides men pretending to, I think it's also lame. Men pretending to, of course, they'll sit here, get to know me, talk with me, X, Y, and Z. Um, uh, and then they'll just bust out, be like, "Oh, this is what I really want to do," and I'm like, "Oh, I thought we had a connection, sir."
Yeah.
That's like I don't like that. I don't like that. But I'm listen. Even probably at the age of 95, I'll have some old geezer, young old geezer. Hey, how about no, thank you, no, thank you. Uh, Let me go to Wings on a Plane for number two. Do you believe in this day and age it's harder for people to stay friends for a period of time?
You mean like people like as far as men and women or just friends in general, like just friends?
Both men and women, men who are because or people in just in general.
I think really a big part of that it depends on the people. You know what I'm saying? Because like friendships, just like all relationships, you got to nurture that shit. You feel me? Like I got partners. We don't talk every day, but I fuck with my dogs. You know what I'm saying? As the same as with females. You know what I'm saying? Now with the dynamic of men and women being friends, it is a lot with that. You feel me? Because I do have platonic female friends. But at the same time, the instinct of me being a man, if you ever gave me the chance, I would stick my penis inside of you. I'm just a man by nature, but we still friends. So that's where it's like, okay, it gets sticky with the man and woman part, but it's hard nowadays because I don't know, man. The world we live in is fucked up, bro. And virtual reality got people on some other shit that where people think they don't need real people for friends. So motherfuckers is friends with their phones and computers. So everybody's socially awkward nowadays. And I think that play a part into how we interact with each other on a human level because everybody's so caught up with the digital shit. You don't really know how to be a friend to a human person because everything is so digitized and it comes so quick with the algorithm shit. You feel me? At least that's what I think.
Excellent answer, KLG. What's your thoughts, brother?
I mean, Wings really said it all and stuff like that. People really don't have no chemistry these days, or any type of come on lines. I've listened to the Breakfast Club today, and they were talking about they got this new thing out now, AI wise, that help people who don't have any chemistry or anything like that there to find the first words to say, to talk to, how to talk to a female or man. I'm sitting up here like, you know what, man, this shit is getting too damn ridiculous, man, and stuff, man. If y'all would just put the phones down and interact with people, real life people, interact with real life people and stuff, you would catch on how to start a conversation with somebody and stuff like that. I mean, for instance, you see, like for instance, you see a female up over there, you want to talk to, whatnot. You pretty much know just by looking at her 25% about her, 25, almost probably 50, by seeing what she got on, how she's dressed, what item she's looking at the store, and stuff like that right there. Stuff like that, you can conjure up something. Like for instance, what I told old girl when I met her in Victoria's Secret. I wasn't in Victoria's Secret, but I was just passing by, seeing her in there looking at some drawers and stuff. So I walked in there, I picked up the drawers, and I held them up to her, and I was like, "How you think I look in these?" She bust out laughing. So therefore, that was the icebreaker. So therefore,
what? What is that,
thumbs down.
Kyndra? What is that?
I'm thumbs down. Boo!
Yeah,
But I
you can
wish
call it
men
what you
would
want.
walk up to me. I'm like,
Because see
ew.
that right there got me a whole bunch of booty. So therefore, you can think how you want, now, lady. But I mean, everybody has a funny side. Just dig into it, man. Learn more about you and stuff, and how can you like equate that to meeting new people and stuff like that. And then once you meet those people for as friends or whatnot and stuff, I mean, it's like this right here. As long as y'all ain't arguing all the time, fussing all the time, fighting all the time and stuff like that. And I'm speaking through this before social media age. As long as y'all not doing that right there, man, and stuff, and if y'all do get into an argument and y'all sit there and talk about it, talk, not argue, but talk about it. Don't shut one of them out and stuff. Don't sit up here and just, like do all that and stuff. If y'all could talk about the issue and get past that, and then the next day y'all act like the shit is just, the shit is done, then y'all good.
Yeah, I can see
For
that.
real. My answer. I just think because a lot of people are just evil. We live in a social media era where you have folks who just say, cut your friend off if they talk about, talk about this. Cut people off. Don't really give them grace. Like, it's so many posts out there that talks about not really giving people grace, not forgiving, all of that type of stuff. So it gets in your brain. You start thinking like, okay, this is what I should do. That's why people, you got to get off the internet, man. You got to get off the internet and go and live life. Go out there and get to know people and talk with people. I think for me, like, okay, I'll see posts about women, like I'm part of these Facebook groups of like girls meet girls, not like lesbian or so, but just like girl, hang out, whatever. And people are like, oh, I want some girlfriends, I want homegirls. I'm like, guys, how do y'all successfully actually as women have friends? Because women are just catty. It doesn't matter. Man, I done had beef with 70-year-old women and I was 20 years old. And I said, don't make me take that cane and hit it over your head like Rafiki did in Lion King 1. Because baby, I will. I done had beef with 70 plus year old people, man. I don't know about y'all, but I have. Okay? Talking about you need to respect your elders. You talk to me crazy. Okay, respect is given. Anyway, I try my best to respect my elders. But I say all that to say, a lot of women are just, I don't know what it is. Like I've had issues with women where I have tried. We've met in person, had great conversations, great communication in person for those 5-10 minutes or so, right? We exchange either numbers or social media information, and then they don't keep that same energy. Let me ask y'all men something. Do women do that to y'all too? Once you get their number, some of them just get dry. Like KG, when you were actually KG, never mind. This is before social media, so I don't know. This question doesn't apply to you. Wings on the plane. Have you ever got a woman's number?
That's
Well, I'm saying because this doesn't. I don't. Okay, well, okay, I'll ask. But so I'll start with Wings of the plane. Wings.
Yeah.
Has that ever happened where you converse with a woman in person, public, then you guys got each other's number, and then she just got dry? You had to do most of the work.
That's happened a few times. It happened more often than not, like in Atlanta. You know, it's nothing like get a person number and you know the shit go left. This is why when I approach a person, I much rather give you my number. That way, if you use it, I know you're interested. As opposed to me taking your number and sending a bunch of unresponded to text messages. If you use my number, I know you really fucking with me. So I'd rather give you my number. And if you don't use it, then fuck it. There's no sweat on my back. I probably forgot I gave it to you. But if you use the number, I know you interested because you called me instead of me sending you 11 fucking texts and you not responding back. Bitch, I get the picture. And I'm not no ugly nigga, bitch. I'm the trophy. So if you don't respond after me 2 times, I'm good. You hear me? So if you use my number after I give it to you, I know you fucking with me. You know what I'm saying?
And but you said that's a thing that's in our city, you would say? That's
in Atlanta, yeah, because you gotta think about it's more, you know, females to the man than it is. Y'all be out here trying to find that one, and all y'all want the same nigga. Like that's the crazy part. All the women want the same kind of guy, and even if they're not qualified for that nigga. And the type of nigga they want, he got his pick of all the bitches that he want. You feel me? So it's like especially if you're a successful person that's doing like a mover and shaker, you have emotion. You got the pick of the litter of the women. So that's why I tell my young guys, man, focus on your success, bro. That shit, the bitch gonna come with that. Why are you finessing to try to do all that for the whole? If you handle your business, that's gonna come with it, bro, and the money and everything else. So
I'll be honest with you. If females do the same thing, the thing still applies.
It is because females hypergamy. So females use that way more than guys. It's guys that do it, but it's prevalent with the women. Women married for social status, financial status, classism, whatever the case is. Guys, we ain't like that. You feel me? But females use hypergamy as a level, and that shit come from way back in the days. Like, you know what I'm saying? With the nobilities and the times of the court and all that type of shit. Like the peasants didn't mingle with the nobility and type of shit like that. You stayed in your class. But nowadays, it ain't no barrier in class. You could have a rich nigga that play ball, come back to the hood and get a little hood bitch and take her up to his status now just from fucking them. You know what I'm saying? Where there's no real value that you bring other than you just fucking this nigga. You know what I'm saying?
That's right. Take him through there. Listen, those only little songs, man, he catchy and stuff. But take you through there. Okay. So KLG, so I was gonna ask you, but again, you were dating before the social media days, but you can still answer this. Wings had explained that he has exchanged numbers with women. He asked them for their number, check, you know, after conversing in person, it started off good in person, then they get each other's number, and then it don't go nowhere. So with you, KLG, would you say that you've had that issue with a lot of women where they literally, we're talking like, say, the social media era, where they literally, but you've been married before then. Have you had that issue where you talk to a woman in person, you guys make her laugh, all that, and then like you get her number and she don't really ever hit you back, or it's very dry?
I got married in 2014, so therefore it was a whole bunch of decades that I wasn't. So yes, I do have stories about this. Yes, yeah, it happened a couple times to me as well and stuff like that. But what I did was, you know, like, I didn't do no work. What happened was when they would act like that and stuff, I move on, and it seemed like time I move on. That's when I started getting their phone call and stuff. I'm like, what's up? What's happening? And stuff, you know. I wonder why you ain't called. I like, cause you didn't pick up your phone. That's why. When I called, so I just thought you weren't interested, so I just moved on. She's like, God dang, you don't want to put in no work. I was like,
what do you mean put in some work? How much more work you want them to put in?
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, how much more? Well, you could at least pop up to my house unannounced. Is you crazy?
You know, when they trying to sit here and gaslight you. Well, like I said, for me, when it comes with, like I say, I feel like a lot of people they just give up. They just don't have. And I think on top of that, when you deal with like people who are just crappy, I've had people who are way older who I thought I was going to be friends with for a long time, and they just didn't have the energy to deal with me. There are some people, like I say, you get to a place in your life, you ain't going to be arguing back and forth. I'm not dealing with it. When you have some conflict, you're like, listen, I've dealt with conflict most of my life. I don't want to deal with it with this individual. You know, and then like I say, sometimes, you know, people, I've done nothing to people. Like I really have done nothing. Like I thought I was great, everything I give it my all, and they just up and leave. I remember there was one girl who told me that she sent me a message. She's like, Kyndra, earlier today I was just thankful to God, and I was just praying. I was just so thankful because He sent me a person like you who is actually a friend, and you are so amazing, and I'm just so grateful. And then we get into the pandemic, everything's shutting down, and she's like, Kyndra, I need space. I didn't know what that meant. I was like, oh, you need me to pray for you? That's why I thought that's what she left me. And I was like, I couldn't understand. And it was like I was so hurt behind that for a very long time. Because I couldn't understand how is it that you sit here and you tell me these sweet nothings. I'm so happy that God, we met each other, God placed you in my life, and I'm so grateful to be your friend. I had such crappy friends, and you're really genuine. You go from saying that to now I need space. And I couldn't understand because I didn't switch up nothing. Like, it was like, I would check in with her once every 3 weeks. I didn't understand. And someone said, well, Kyndra, it could be because of the fact that people, realize how great of a person you may be or great something is, and in their mind they're thinking like this person doesn't deserve me. It could be that. That's something that in due time you would have to have a conversation with her about. And it hasn't come up yet. I just say, okay, well, I mean, again, we're still following each other on social media, and that's about it. She don't like none of my posts, but I mean, I don't really care about that. It is what it is. But stuff like that happens. Again, I thought we were gonna, be in each other's lives forever because we showed each other our breasts. That was a sick
What were y'all comparing nipples? Like, what the fuck were y'all doing?
Yeah, we did. We're like, oh my gosh, you're sure. Listen, that meant that we're friends because we.
That's a real friend, yeah.
Come on,
that's Buzz and Woody right there. That's like Buzz and Woody, goddamn. Y'all real friends. Shit, me.
Come on, yeah, that's it, Buzz and Woody. That was us. We just, and that was about it, man. That's when I was like, oh my gosh, we're in each other's lives forever, right? But no, I don't know. Who knows? But I say all that to say. I mean, like I said, that's just my answer. That's my answer for that. Well, listen, it has been a great episode. We had the late night edition, impromptu and everything like that. I appreciate both of y'all for showing up, showing out, coming on. KG and his beat up tank top that he mows grass and he put it on. I see those grease marks on it.
I'll do my dog like that.
We ain't gonna play with your old bony chest. Thank y'all so much.
I got the sweatpants on too. Hey, great now. Don't make me stand up now. I don't want to do that to y'all, KG. I ain't gonna do that. I got the gray sweats on now. Don't do that, girl. We on camera. You lucky I'm short. I can't stand up past this damn table now. Don't get no trouble now, Kyndra. I can thirst trap too now. I just don't do that, but I can thirst trap too now.
That's so crazy. Nobody cares about a man thirst trapping.
I know, yeah. We don't get no love. I'm a sexy motherfucker. I know I work for it, so I deserve to be fucking celebrated too. Yeah.
We might have a lot of women who put like hard eyes, but no one really ain't gonna slide in your DM for real. Nobody cares.
They don't slide in my DMs, and if they do, they ain't what I'm looking for. So I'm good.
Well, listen, man, it's been a great episode. We tune in next week at our regular scheduled time. With that being said, y'all be safe. Y'all be blessed. We're out.